everyone, my name is Naiya Smith and I'll be reading from The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is one of the first chapter books I read as a child and I remember it very fondly. This part is very important because this is when Jonas starts to realize the importance of free will. He doesn't exactly understand why it's important, but he does understand why people would like to make their own choices. Days went by, and weeks. Jonas learned, through the memories, the names of colors, and now he began to see them all in his ordinary life, though he knew it was ordinary no longer and would never be again. But they didn't last. There would be a glimpse of green, the landscape lawn around the central plaza, a bush on the riverbank, the bright orange pumpkins being trucked in from the agricultural fields beyond the community boundary. Seen in an instant, the flash of brilliant color, but gone again, returning to their flat and hueless shade. The giver told him that it would be a very long time before he had the colors to keep. But I want them, Jonas said angrily. It isn't fair that nothing has color. Not fair. The giver looked at Jonas curiously. Explain what you mean. Well, Jonas had to stop and think it through. If everything's the same, then there aren't any choices. I want to wake up in the morning and decide things, a blue tunic or a red one. He looked down at himself, at the colorless fabric of his clothing. But it's all the same. Always. Then he laughed a little. I know it's not important what you wear. It doesn't matter. But it's the choosing that's important, isn't it? The giver asked him. Jonas nodded. My little brother, he began, and then corrected himself. No, that's inaccurate. He's not my brother. Not really. But this new child my family takes care of. His name's Gabriel? Yes, I know about Gabriel. Well, he's right at the age where he's learning so much. He grabs toys when we hold them in front of him. My father says he's learning small muscle control, and he's really cute. The giver nodded. But now that I can see colors, at least sometimes, I was just thinking, what if we could hold up things that were bright red or bright yellow, and he could choose instead of the sameness? He might make wrong choices. Oh. Jonas was silent for a minute. Oh, I see what you mean. It wouldn't matter for a new child's toy. But later it does matter, doesn't it? We don't dare to let people make choices of their own. Not safe, the giver suggested. Definitely not safe, Jonas said with certainty. What if they were allowed to choose their own mate and chose wrong? Or what if, he went on, almost laughing at the absurdity, they chose their own jobs? Frightening, isn't it, the giver said. Jonas laughed. Very frightening. I can't even imagine it. We really have to protect people from wrong choices. It's safer. Yes, Jonas agreed. Much safer. But when the conversation turned to other things, Jonas was left, still with a feeling of frustration that he didn't understand. He found that he was often angry now, irrationally angry with his groupmates, that they were satisfied with their lives, which had none of the vibrance his own was taking on. And he was angry at himself that he could not change that for them. I like this part because Jonas is starting to understand that people have to make their own decisions. And I think that we have to understand that as society now, is that it's not our choice how people live their lives, but their own. Thank you for listening.